Peace, everyone. I would love to welcome you to the Healer's Philosophy podcast, where together we will have the needed conversations to not only break barriers, but also to challenge ourselves to dive deep within. I am your host, Nelsie, also known as the NubianHealer. As I embark on this journey, I'm taking you amazing beings down this road of healing and feeling with me. So grab some tea. You're gonna need some tissue. Grab your journal and let's tap in. Peace, peace, y'all. We are back. We are back. I hope everyone is doing amazing. I know it's been a little minute. I'm happy to be back. I miss y'all, miss talking to y'all, but also having to sit with myself and receive. So we will definitely get to that. But yes, I hope everyone is doing good and feeling good in this chapter of their lives and just enjoying the experiences that you guys are having. So yeah, we are back. As you can see, topic of discussion is grief. So I have been told within my spirit to have this conversation a while back, but also experiencing grief in different forms and trying to talk through it is really tough. So you have to give yourself grace through the process. But also I allow myself to be open to receive um, any type of information or download or things I'm supposed to add or say. I do have notes. Um, so we'll be going through that together. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be back with you guys. It's been a little minute. But yeah, so let's define grief. And of course, I must say, we all experience grief differently. Our every day, we change on how we experience grief because you don't experience grief every day, but you experience a form of grief, right? And your response to it, how your vessel responds to it, I don't believe that it's the same all the time, right? So, grief is the natural human response to loss, the emotional, physical, and spiritual reaction that arises when something or someone meaningful is no longer like present in our lives, right? So you have like a full body, full soul experience when you're grieving because you feel it all throughout, internally and externally. And it shows as well externally how you're experiencing it internally, right? It's like a process of like a process of reorienting yourself to a world that has completely changed um, between what was and what is now, if that makes sense, right? With grief comes release and rebirth. It asks us to loosen our grip, to let go enough to flow, and to let go enough to grow. Grief opens the door for what is new, even if you're not ready. It's almost like that's why there is no timetable on your grieving. It's not about if you're ready, because what happens, happens. How you respond to it is what matters. How you experience your response is what matters. So even if you don't feel ready, you have to allow yourself to go through the experience, right? Um, Not shelter it, not shut it down. You have to, grief invites us to look back with gratitude for what shaped us, and also to ask ourselves, what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about the experience? How did the experience stretch me? How did the experience open me up? Or even if it closed you off, but how was this experience? What did it reveal about who you were and who you are, right? There is no timetable for grieving. There's no finish line. You deserve the space to fully feel, to cry when your chest tightens up, to scream if the anger rises, to soften when the vulnerability comes. You cannot rush the process. And the funny part is you can't neglect it either. Because, like I said, it shows within and it'll show without, right? On your outside vessel. Suppressing anger, suppressing tears, not allowing yourself to fully feel, it will show outwardly on how you react to things, how you move in the world, right? So you don't want to rush the process because, like I said, there is no timetable. We have been taught, like, time will heal. What does that mean? Like, if somebody tells you time will heal, you need to, and I know, like, maybe in the moment, you're just like, you just take the message in. But if you have a chance, anybody like that tells you time will heal, ask them, what does that mean? Because at the same time with us grieving, with people who are grieving, there's a way to move about as like friends or family who are like talking to someone who is grieving. There's, there's ways that I feel like there is no right words to say, but there's also like you have to think on how you respond to someone who is grieving, right? So when someone says time will heal, it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean that time will heal? Because there is no timetable on your healing process. There is no timetable. You might go through healing and you feel like you've come to the closure within yourself that, okay, now I'm okay with this. You've went through years of, grieving, and it's like, now I'm okay. And then, out of nowhere, the thought comes again, the feeling comes again. You remember the person, place, or thing, right? And then it's like your response to the grieving process at that moment is how you know how you're experiencing your grieving process, if that makes sense, right? Um, give yourself grace through like all of it in every direction, because grief will bring you back. It'll bring you back to that space And like I said, the way you respond, the way your vessel, the way you respond internally and externally to that thing popping up in your mind again, in your spirit again, in your heart again, the way you respond to it is how you know how your grieving process is going, right? We know that grief wears many faces. It's not only the sorrow that we feel after a death, it's the ache that arises when anything ends. Relationships, platonic or romantic, dreams, identities, like versions of yourself, illusions, like that we've created. Um, and we so much believed in, right? Grief can slip in quietly or it can crash through your life, right? And drag you. It can drag you. The deaths we experience are not just physical loss, they're the loss of who we thought we would be, the loss of a chapter, the loss of what once felt certain or what once felt feasible, right? And we have to remember that grief grief is not oh my god, you have to allow, I think allowing yourself to feel everything to its full capacity is what helps you through any process, right? um and I think especially with grieving, like just allowing yourself to cry no matter where you are, right? Because you could be dressed up with your face beat, beautiful makeup, you're at a wedding or at a concert with your friends, or outfit is cute, everything like, and the thought just comes, the feeling just comes. And in that moment, we might think the first thought is to suppress, but I am going to tell you the first thing you should do is feel it. Cry. I don't care where you at. You at that wedding, you better cry. You at the concert, you better cry. Allow yourself, give yourself that space and grace to feel. You might just be sitting amongst friends you having playing spades, playing dominoes, playing Uno, and something comes up. And that's the thing with grief. It can come at any time. It just creeps up, come at any time. What are you willing to do to allow yourself to be present in what you're feeling internally? You're going to continue playing that game. You're going to continue celebrating, even though your vessel, your internal being is telling you, like, yo, I need you to pay attention real quick because I'm feeling something right now. We are feeling something right now. So let's feel it. You can go back to everything else once you allow yourself, because once you allow yourself to fully feel and you allow yourself to fully be in it, be present in it, the freeness, the freeness you feel because you said, okay, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to listen to me, right? And if we're going to cry right now, we need to scream right now, yo, let's do it. Let's use this opportunity on what we're experiencing right now to do that. So if you're at that concert and you feel it, scream. You might be at whatever type of concert it is. Put your head between your legs, sit down and scream. Bend down and scream. Cry if that's what you're feeling to do. You feel that anger, alchemize it. Alchemize the energy. But don't neglect it. Don't suppress it, because the next time it comes around, it'll be, I feel like it'll be tougher. And you never know when it comes. Like I said, it just creeps up. pops up like, hey, we're feeling this right now. What are we going to do? You know how you hear a lot, like they say, listen to your body. Yes, in all forms, listen to your body. Listen to what it's telling you. Speak to your vessel, speak to your cells because they listen. Remember your energy, your frequency, and what you say, what you feel goes. It's what is. So allow yourself to be okay and be present and just be in that feeling, right? If there's one thing that I've learned is that me personally, I consider every experience sacred. Um, and I think for me, once coming into that realization for self, it's it makes me see and experience things very differently. And I believe, I believe that grief is a sacred teacher. It is a very sacred teacher because, like I said, we all grieve differently. So your grieving process is your journey and your experience for you, and we are all sacred beings. So that experience is sacred for you. So I view grief as a sacred teacher because it breaks you open, not in a way of destroying you, but making room for truth, making room for more tenderness, making room for more life, and how you are allowing yourself to have this experience. So the big question is, like, how would you go about alchemizing that energy when it shows up? How would you go about having those experiences? Like I said, it can creep up anywhere. It's not going to tell you, oh, we're about to grieve right now. No, absolutely not. That'd be too easy. Then you'd be like, okay, let me go take myself to the bathroom, or let me find a corner, or no, that'd be too easy, right? We're here to have this human experience, so we're going to have it at its full capacity. And that comes with feelings, emotions, right? So we have to go through that. So how would you go about alchemizing that? Like I said, you could be at a concert. It could be a rock concert. And you know how rock concerts, they love to scream. So let's say you're at a rock concert and you're having that feeling comes up. And at that moment, yo, you at a rock concert, so anger comes up. You scream, you cry, you allow yourself to feel. You ever see when people are like, um, they're having experiences and like let's say they're enjoying a moment and then they're like so excited and to the point of tears. And of course, someone who's around will be like, oh, why are you crying? Like you're at a, but it's something that you're feeling internally. You might not even know why you're crying, but it's something that you're experiencing internally that's allowing those feelings and emotions to come out, right? So explore what supports your healing journey. So, for example, for me, I view, let's talk about death for a minute, right? A lot of people don't like to. So, but for me, like I said, this is a personal thing for me where I have come to view death in a different light because of experiences. Um, I view grieving differently because of experiences, whether it's a loss of identity, a change in life, a loss of a physical loss, death or just a loss of a relationship, platonic or romantic, I view everything differently. And it comes, like for me, it came in a different light. Like, how did it go about? Like, it was something I felt like that I had to learn to be able to view it like that and experience it like that, right? So for me, breath work is my anchor. And I love to talk about the experience, no matter what it is. And I know some people is like, so you like to talk about death? Yes, I do. I do. Because it does something for me internally. It cracks me open internally. So when I turn to breath work, it becomes, because your breath is your truth. When you sit and allow yourself to fully be in your breath and you're in sync with your breathing, like you allow yourself, your mind, your spirit, your body, everything is in unison, and you allow yourself to feel, it gives you a sense of life. It makes you feel alive. It makes you feel present. So for me, that's why breath work is what I turn to. Even in the, I'm talking about even in the ugly cries, the moments of ugly crying, the heaviest moments, I turn to my breath. I listen to my heartbeat. I feel my womb. I allow myself, like I touch my body, like I allow myself to feel my vessel, like you're alive, like this is what you're experiencing right now. Give yourself grace through the process. Trust the process. Trust what you're feeling. Surrender to what you're feeling. Let go. Allow yourself to be present in it, right? Breath reminds you that life is still moving through you. Your heartbeat becomes, it feels like somebody's playing a drum, and that somebody is you, right? You allow yourself to feel it. You anchor yourself with it. You anchor yourself within it. It becomes music. It becomes a beat. And you're present in that moment. You're feeling that moment. And just now, just doing that has brought so much emotions within me because it feels so good. And that's how you alchemize it. And that's how I'm able to be open to talking about any sort of grieving that I'm experiencing. And I have internal dialogues. People be like, oh, you look crazy when you talk to yourself. No, honey. When you talk to yourself, it's being present within your vessel. It's allowing yourself to be, you're holding yourself accountable no matter what the situation is. I talk to myself. I have internal dialogues out loud, internally, externally, all that. Write it down, all that. Whatever feels right for me. And that's what alchemizing the energy feels like. And it looks different for everyone. Some people might need to write and like you're ugly crying as you write, but you keep writing till it feels good. You keep writing till you're laughing, right? There's people that dancing. Oh my gosh. To dance through your grief, to dance while you're crying, to dance as you like you're crying, you're breathing. It's like everything within one. It's all art. I think it's so beautiful to use dancing. It's so magical to use dancing as your grieving process because you're allowing yourself to not only be in your body, you have to feel your breath. You have to feel your body movements. You got to feel your arm. You got to feel the waves of your body. You got to breathe through the process. And if you start crying, you still have to find yourself within the movement. You still got to find yourself within yourself. Drawing, coloring, scribbles, poetry. Some people might like to go by the water, go swimming, walking, reading, singing, cooking, anything that works for you through the process, do it. Maybe for you, it's just literally just sitting there and just crying. And that's okay. There is no right or wrong way. What works for you? What works for you? What allows you to be in your energy, to be in your full self, to fully feel and understand yourself in that process at that moment? What works for you? And that's how you alchemize it. And what works for you is what matters. Like I said, people will tell you time heals everything. What time? When is the time? When? You know what I mean? So what works for you is what you do. Find those outlets that make your spirit exhale. Whatever you choose, whatever it is, whatever that outlet is, meet yourself with no judgment. This also plays a big part. When you're seeing yourself fully, you got to be open to not judging yourself as well. Because, like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Love yourself through the whole process, through the mess, through the chaos, through the all of it. Just love yourself through it. And I know easier said than done. But when you allow, it can be, right? I'm going to say that again. When you allow yourself, it can be. Remember, you're capable of any and everything you put your heart into. Allow it to shift your mindset. Allow it to change you instead of trying to change it. Because you'll never change it. And I'm going to hold your hand and say that again. You will never change it. You cannot. There's no way that you can change grieving. How? It's something that is. It's something that you feel. It's an energy. Your response to what you're feeling is what matters. And that's how you change internally. And change is beautiful. Be open to it in every single form. Remember, you're not escaping grief because you can't. Remember, it creeps up. You're not escaping it, beloved. You're not. You're creating a sacred container for it. You're letting your body hold what words cannot. So the way you alchemize it matters. It changes everything within you. And that's how you continue on your healing journey. And if you really pay attention, your response will be different every time. And that's how you know you have alchemized that energy. That's how you know you have allowed yourself to be in it, allowed yourself to feel it, allowed yourself to experience, because you let your body hold what words cannot. Sometimes you cannot formulate the words of what you're feeling. So what do? You be quiet and you just sit and be. And sometimes from sitting and being, the words come, or it goes through whatever supports your healing, the writing, the dancing, the art, like creating. It goes through that. The words come out through your vessel. The words come out through your spirit, right? But first, you have to try and allow yourself to be present in it and not try to run from it, because it'll always catch you. If there's one thing grief will do, it will catch you. It will absolutely catch you. You might think you're doing a great job at suppressing it. Beloved, no. No, you're not. So you need to balance it. Be present with it. Yin and yang, as above, so below. Be. Allow yourself to be. And it's okay. That's the beauty of it. It's okay. And for those that are on the opposite end of like, oh, someone's grieving, how do I respond to it? Sometimes we're not looking for a response. Sometimes we're not looking for words. If this is your friend, your partner, your family, like if this is someone you're close to, sometimes the person just want you to just sit there. I don't need no words. I'm not looking for nothing. Just be there. That's it. Sometimes the person is looking for words. Maybe just a conversation about anything. You're talking about the flowers, something that brings some sort of joy, right? Some people, they like to talk through it. Like I said, for me, I love to talk through it. So I'm open to talking. I'm open to, because it, like I said, it opens something within me. It connects something within me. I learned something from it. You know, sometimes you don't have sometimes it's just the, condolences, right? Don't look for anything extra. Don't look for anything extra. Don't look for the, oh, it'll get better. Time heals. Da, 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 da. Nah, just, if it's a condolences aspect, you just say that and keep it pushing. It'll be more appreciated, right? If it's for like someone who has like relationship, let's talk about relationship real quick. That person, there's no condolences because that person is still here. You know what I mean? It's just a breakup or a separation, or maybe that person want to talk about it. Be open to that, right? Maybe they don't. Be open to that as well. Don't push buttons. Don't push no buttons. It's okay. Allow the person to be in what they're experiencing. And sometimes it'll be different every single time. Maybe today they didn't want to talk about it. Maybe next week they do. And when they're talking, be open to listening without responding. Be open to listening. Be open to being there fully. The grieving process is different for everyone in every aspect. The grieving process to losing, not even losing, like letting go of a part of you that once was, is different for everyone. Some people celebrate that. Be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I'm no longer this person. This is, some people, it's like, it's a little bit harder for them. So compassion, grace, kindness, presence, and sometimes be okay with allowing people to grieve if they want to do it alone. That is okay. It might be 3, 4 days. It might be a week. It might be 2 that they're not answering their phone. You're not hearing nothing. If you're close, you might roll up to the crib and go peeking through windows just to make sure they're okay. But allow them to go through it, right? It sounds hard. It does. It does, because you care and you want to show that you care. You want to show that you want to be there. Some people want you to be there from afar, and you have to be okay with that. Some people want you to stay with them for days out at a time. If you're open to that, if that person's open to that, go for it. But remember, the person grieving, you have to allow them to grieve how they feel comfortable grieving. You can't tell them how to grieve. You can't tell anybody how to grieve. We all grieve differently. And that is what makes every single one of us unique, every single one of us beautiful. On that note, we are done here. It was a pleasure sharing with all of you, and I'm so excited to be back. And we will definitely catch up soon. Don't forget to follow the IG page and tap in. And if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up on any platform, or even like wherever the podcast is posted. Ask questions there. I am open. And I also am open to talking about the grieving process with anyone who wants to sit and have that conversation. Um, I am a death doula as well as a birth doula, but I am a death doula, and death comes in every single form, like we just talked about. So please feel free whenever you're open to having the conversation, whatever you want to talk about, or if you don't want to talk at all, you just want to hit me up so we could cry together. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. It's okay. It is okay. So I will chat with you all soon. Peace.